is a Bramble Jam podcast. Take the Friday day off.
21st, everybody. I'm going to pop into Scream.
I thought it was...
I'm a human metronome.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Take the Day Off.
If you had leaned to your left,
Yes, I know.
it would have worked out great.
It was a mix 'em up, switch 'em up.
It was a mix 'em up, switch 'em up. That's why you watch on the YouTubes right there.
Exactly right.
It's a Friday. It's a Friday. Gonna take
Friday.
the week. Gonna take it
I
off.
feel like we've been wearing these shirts
for years. What?
I need to switch it up next week.
Next week, you think you're going to switch it up? We've been doing this a long time, I think, in these shirts.
Yeah.
It's a lot of wear and tear on this
We
bad
came
boy.
back from vacation. We put them on, and we haven't looked
That's right. My tan still looks good, though. Hasn't
It does look real good, man. Look at that knee.
Right? That's a good-looking knee.
Boy, look
Say what
at
you will.
that. Good Lord.
Come on. Look at those.
Man. It's May 21st, Friday, 2021. Man, 2021 is just blowing by.
It's just
Can you believe
crazy.
it?
We're almost halfway done.
Almost to June.
Things are getting out of hand.
Things are getting out of
I
hand.
feel like it was just April.
Which means it was...
Seems like yesterday I used to rock the show. I laced the track, you locked the flow. Notorious, they got to know. Life ain't always what it seems to be. Words can't express what you mean to me.
Thank you.
I'd give anything to hear half your breath. I'm still, just half. You know, I'm still living your life after death.
What do you mean?
I don't know, man.
What do you mean you're going to live my life after death?
It's
Think you
weird.
can be me?
I think I could try. I'm Brand.
You're hired. I'm going to hire you to be me after I die.
I just have to work on pronouncing more words incorrectly.
I
can't unlearn how to read, Brand.
Just try not to be such a dingle all the time, and maybe you'll be able to. It's National Talk Like Yoda Day, the second Star Wars
it's
day of the
not.
month.
Stop it.
Talk like Yoda Day, you shall talk.
Yoda Day, you shall talk is not what Yoda would say at all. Talk like Yoda, you shall, is what
that's
Yoda
what I
would
meant.
say. Yoda Day, you should talk means nothing. That's not
You should
Yoda.
talk.
That's not anything. Put that on a t-shirt right now. Yoda Day, you should talk. That's
Talk
terrible.
like Yoda, you shall.
There it is. There it is. Now you got it, even with the voice.
Day off, take off, yes.
Yoda Day, you should talk. That's a classic.
Boy, very excited about this day. I know somebody. Do you know this guy?
Yeah.
Do you know Florence? Florence O'Danley?
Florence and the Machines?
No, Florence O'Danley.
Florence O'Danley.
Lives down there by Crispy.
I don't know Florence O'Danley that lives down there by Crispy.
He has what I believe is the world's largest stuffed Yoda collection.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many?
6,321.
Did you look at a counter off screen?
I have it right here.
Oh, it just slipped to 20. He must have lost one.
He
Just
lost
flipped
one.
to 21.
Oh,
Sorry.
boy, his dog must have got one.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
He lives right down there by Crispy?
Rated by Crispy.
Yeah. I was talking to Florence, and he was showing me his latest and his greatest. He just got a tiny little stuffed Yoda. That if you, it's like it's like a puppet. It's kind of, you stick your hand inside and you pull it through. You pull it through, and it becomes
Pull it through, you do.
and it becomes Jar Jar.
Ugh.
It's like a whoop is Yoda. Whoop is Jar Jar, the two greatest characters.
Yeah.
And so it's a 2-in-1. And he was telling me, like, man, like Star Wars is the next big thing, blah, 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 like trying to get me to buy Star Wars stock. And I'm like, no, I'm all in on Doge. And then he said,
You mean Disney stock?
no, Star Wars stock.
Star Wars stock.
Yeah. He said, you know Dan, right? And I was like, of course I know Dan. Does Dan know you? And he's like, absolutely he does. And if he says he doesn't know me, he's a
by
liar.
the Crispy, and he doesn't know.
Yeah. But he says that you know about National Talk Like Yoda.
That's true. I do. We talked about George Lucas all the way back on May the 4th.
I remember it well.
The Skywalker Ranch dressing was a bad idea, of course. Did you know originally he wanted to name Yoda Yuda? Yoda is what he wanted to
You the
name.
best?
You the man, you the best, all that. And the studio didn't like it. And they said, why Yoda? And he said, because I want to pair it with a thing for the stores called Yoda Gouda cheese. And it was
George has lots of food ideas,
a lot of dairy-based food ideas. And you know, God bless him, somehow he's still a billionaire. But he wanted to do Yoda Gouda cheese, and the cheese was green, but it was a Gouda cheese. 20th Century Fox hated it, and they said no. He said, I'm still going to name it Yoda just in case. I mean, in case it goes well, I do want the Gouda cheese to be in the back pocket. I don't want to actually put the cheese in my... It doesn't matter. And they said, look, George, change the name or we're scrapping it.
Oh, God.
And so he said, you know what? You're right. I'm going to change the name to Yoda. And so we got Yoda, and instead he established a national Talk Like Yoda Day.
He said Yoda right
Yoda,
on the way out of the office.
Yoda
there?
right.
Interesting. And they still let him do the movie.
I think he meant Yoda, right. Like Yoda, right. That's better anyway. Better than Yoda. I like Yoda.
Great.
That's National Talk Like Yoda Day.
Yes.
Gosh, why do we have 2 Star Wars days at all?
It makes for good questions. I don't know.
Whatever.
Yes, we have 2 Star Wars histories holidays this month. I'm sorry. This celebrates the anniversary release of Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Is that 5? Yes?
Yes.
The Empire Strikes Back opened to the Seattle International Film Festival and limited U.S. theaters on May 21st, 1980, before premiering across the country.
After lunch, you're done. You're done.
Just stop being just stop being a dingle.
Before.
It premiered to the crunch.
Just try for once in your life. You said it premieres the crunch.
The crunch.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna strike that. Here we go.
Start over, you shall.
The Empire Strikes Back opened to the Seattle International Film Festival in limited U.S. theaters on May 21st, 1980, before premiering across the country on June 20th. The holiday is to honor Yoda's first appearance in the Star Wars franchise. So yes, we shall.
How did you get crunch out of that? I have to know.
Across the country.
Okay.
Became
Crunch.
across the country.
You know what's funny is that I almost, in telling my history, almost did an Empire Strikes Back thing. But I decided that...
What do you mean? Why?
Because that's when Yoda appears. I almost did that, some of that. And then I was like, no, we'll just say scrap the whole Star Wars.
But it's either the history or it's not the history.
I know what you're saying, but you just told me a history that was different than mine, bro.
Yes, mine is the true history. Yours is almost always incorrect.
What do you mean? How dare you?
What was it?
Dare you how?
Yo.
Gavel, gavel?
Yoda?
Yoda.
Yoda Gouda.
Yoda Gouda.
I don't hate the idea.
Yoda Gouda.
Although it being green is unfortunate.
Ain't easy being green.
So yeah, talk like Yoda, watch Star Wars, whatever. If you didn't do it on the 4th, you can do it now. It's Friday, so maybe take the day off.
Well.
I don't know what you want to do.
Go for it.
But what we want to talk about is our favorite movie quotes. We're going to get to that here on the other side of the break. I can't wait to hear other people's because I know you have one.
I got a bunch, but I'm going to narrow it down to one, yes. And I know you have one too. Oh, back already. You were telling me your favorite movie quote. I'd love to hear it.
She's our mermaid.
Real movie. In a theater. In a theater, Bran. Come on.
You're trying to tell me that October Kiss did not go in theaters?
It did not go in theaters.
Well, you go while I figure out another one because apparently mine didn't go across the country.
Across the country. My favorite movie quote is Andy Dufresne to Red Redding in Shawshank Redemption in the letter. Remember, Red, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. That's my favorite movie quote. There's some great ones, the more classic ones for sure. A ton from Gone with the Wind and Casablanca and Citizen Kane and all these movies, but that's my favorite one. Just close second in Batman Begins, I never had the chance to thank you, and you'll never have to, is another really good one.
I think He Is Not Here, Passion of the Christ, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get to these, huh?
You don't have one.
I don't do a lot of movie quotes. It's not my thing. I'm not the guy who goes around quoting movies. It's not because I haven't seen most
You can have
movies.
a favorite without going around quoting.
No, I don't. I don't really have a favorite.
Okay.
The ones that I had, like She's My Mermaid, I think about that all the time. So, and you say it doesn't count. So, and that hurts. So I don't know what you want from me.
Man, Amy Matthews gave us, no. It's just one long one.
You know what? Christmas Story, when the guy, the statue breaks and he's walking out and he just yells, "Not a finger!" That's probably my favorite line in a movie.
Not a finger.
Not a finger.
Wow. Interesting. Amy Matthews gives us several from the Lord of the Rings, interestingly enough.
Wow. Do you want to read a couple?
There's some good in the world, Mr. Frodo, and it's worth fighting for. That's a good line. This is a really good line. This is from Aragorn. A day may come when the courage of men fails, but it is not this day. It's another classic line. It is the small things, everyday deeds of ordinary folk that keep the darkness at bay. Simple acts of love and kindness. Man, she's really hammering home the
it's good.
LOTR. It's good stuff.
Aaron says, "Mutual, I'm sure," in response to "How do you do" in White Christmas. Absolutely. I love that line.
Ellie says, when Steve Carell says, "I love lamp and loud noises" from Anchorman is a classic.
I've never seen Anchorman.
You've never... Come on, what are we doing?
I'm just going to start... Anytime someone brings up a movie I haven't seen...
don't even know what are we doing, Brandon? This is ridiculous. Gee. I'm your Huckleberry Tombstone is a great line. Let me guess. Never seen Tombstone?
Lord, no.
Yeah. Life is a banquet and most poor suckers are starving to death, from Auntie Mame starring Rosalind Russell. Yeah, I've not seen that one.
I don't know what any of that is.
You mangy pack of dirt scratching beetles. I don't know what that's from.
What's that?
I got nothing. Man, there's a lot of good ones.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
That's Shawshank.
There you go.
That's who put that one. Gina. Yeah, get busy living, get busy dying. Shawshank. Man, there's so many.
Donkey. Thank you, Mary.
Yeah. Brian says, "Ugh, this is an impossible question. One of my favorites is from The Other Guys. Have you seen The Other Guys?"
No.
Brandon. Oh my gosh.
What's that one about?
It's Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell as cops. It's a buddy cop comedy, but they have to take over when The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson, the actual two buddy
The only
cops.
Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell movie I care about is Daddy's Home 2.
Oh my gosh. You should be ashamed of yourself. In The Other Guys, where a hot dog vendor shouts to the hero cops at a press conference, "Dancing in Highsmith, free hot dogs for life," and the crowd cheers till he says, no drinks, I can't do it," and the crowd boos. Hilarious. That is a classic bit in that movie, which that movie ages so well. Like when I first saw it, I was like, this was funny, not as funny as Anchorman. But now I just love it. I think all of it is just gold. It's really, really good stuff.
Tracy, you keep using that word. I do not think you know what it means from The Princess Bride. Have seen that. I do love that line.
Yeah. Get busy living or get busy dying by Stacey as well.
Wow.
Or the speech Bill Pullman gives in Independence Day. Of course, we're going to live on.
I've seen Independence Day.
You'll see. Of course you have. You're right. You have. That's right. Thank goodness.
You kidding me?
We didn't have to stop right now and go watch Independence Day.
No.
Sheesh.
I mean, if there's like aliens involved.
We're going to live on. We're going to fight.
Boo, you whore. That's from Mean Girls. That was sent in by Christina. And Christina says, "My brother latched onto this quote at age 3.
Oh, no.
Can you imagine just your boys running around?
Yeah. Oh, dude, one time I don't know if this story is appropriate for this or not. One time I was changing my kid's diaper and he was just starting to learn words. And I opened up the diaper and it was up the back, up the belly button. It was a full, and I went, holy balls. Right. Just like that. That's what I said.
Sure.
For the next 2 weeks, my kid, that's all he was saying. But he couldn't quite say the L's yet, so he was saying, "Ho's your balls." And so people would come over to the house and he'd be like, hose your balls. He'd be like, what did he say? Hose your balls? What did he say? Hose your balls.
Man, I love that.
Yeah.
That is great. I think we
good
leave it
stuff.
at that. There's a Caddyshack quote. Haven't seen Caddyshack.
Yeah. Caddyshack's good, but it's not my era.
There's two Caddyshack quotes on this thing.
Caddyshack's a classic. Yeah, we did it.
Why do we have all these kids? George Bailey, it's wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Amen.
Of course.
We did it, everybody. We're going to take the weekend
it.
off. We'll be back on Monday. We'll close out May strong. And I think we'll have a lot of fun doing that.
I think we are going to have a lot of fun.
Until then, we'll leave you with a haiku. Man, take today.
This is Jerry's last day.
What?
I found a better gig.
Where?
Down at Macaulay's. Their podcasts are better.
That's fair.
They know how to take the day off better than you, scumbag.
Okay, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Whenever you're ready to get bent.
Okay. Again, this is the haiku time whenever you're ready.
Jerry's out.
All right.
It's been fun. It's been real. You know the deal.